This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. And folks, here we are on April the 30th, concluding the month with an interview with somebody that Scott the Icon, Helmsrest, had sent my way. She claims to be the Facebook jail champion, although my friend Troy Elke may be able to rival that. We will talk about that. Folks, I give you the lovely, the absolutely beautiful, now that we got her image on here, Deb Gardner. How do you do, Deb?
I'm doing great, Greg. I want to thank you for having me on your show. It's an honor and a privilege. Yep. And I want to congratulate you on your award that you won. That's amazing.
I did. I never ever showed it on here before. I should do that.
Yes, that is pretty exciting.
2016 Critics' Choice Award, Best Spoken Word, Python's Paradise. This was from CHSR.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I love this. Yep. The only award I ever won, and I'm very proud of it.
You should be. That's quite an honor.
It is an honor, yep. So, yeah, this was pretty cool. They always are different, but I think this is the coolest version of their award I've seen. So I got lucky that year and love to win again, but last couple of years or so, we haven't been able to do it because of, I don't know what's been going on out there in the world lately.
Someday.
Yeah, so haven't been able to do it. So, but I was happy to get this in 2016, which seems like a lifetime ago now, but was the second year I was doing my podcast. So
that's pretty exciting.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I like this.
Well, congratulations, because I know that the viewers voted for that award, right?
No, the critics voted on this one. Well, I suppose Critics' Choice, I suppose it is viewers.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know, just this Critics' Choice. That's too far ago for me to fathom how it went, but I got it. I'm happy I got it. But nonetheless, I got this award, but apparently you got one too. Facebook jail.
Yes, the queen of Facebook jail is me. Facebook does not like me, Greg. I don't know why. I'm a nice person, but they just don't like me.
Well, if you're the queen of Facebook jail, then Troy Elke is the king of Facebook jail.
I'm going to have to meet him.
You're going to have to, yeah. He's easy to pick out of a crowd. He's got this big beard, and he's got right now, you got Troy Elke, then he's got Troy Elke 2, Troy Elke 3, Troy Elke 4, and then he went to all one word, I'm a really Troy Elke, and which featured him. I mean, he's already got the beard and whatnot, but you could tell it was a fake mustache and stuff that he used the computer to put on. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna conceal everything. Like, in fact, the last text I got from him. Okay, I'll read you my last text I got from Troy Elke. Let me see where, maybe it's not the last time let me see, where is that? Okay, well, my father passed away on April the 5th. So he said, very sorry to hear about your dad. And then he said, I'm kicked off Facebook yet again. He threw that in there. And my response to him was, very inappropriately, but appropriate for him, stop digging in your ass. Which I guarantee you he laughed at. Not that he does that, but yeah, Troy is a character. He's on my friends list. We're both part of 13 Fanboy, which which is a film where my relationship with has grown friction, but nonetheless, still connected with Troy and still keeping up with his shenanigans on Facebook. He's got videos online. I don't know where he comes up with the shit he comes up with.
Really?
Yeah.
Videos of what?
Just him doing weird shit.
Really?
Like he does a lot of them while he's at work. I don't know where he comes up with a lot of the stuff. He was on there one day, he had did a video and he said, I'm here surrounded by my biggest fans. And of course, behind him was a whole bunch of fans circulating.
That's cute.
Stuff like that, you know, and
That's
yeah. Or he'll he works one place where he repairs or sells bikes and stuff, and he'll be on the bike, but he'll have different images going on behind him.
yeah.
Yeah. And he'll fake a crash. You'll hear the sound effects and stuff like that. Stuff like I don't know where he comes up with the stuff. He's got a YouTube channel called Spam Checker Castle, I think it's called.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, where he's got a lot of videos up, and yeah, you find him amusing. But I'd be very interested to know which one of you two was in Facebook jail the most.
Well, I have 4 accounts now too. I have 2 Deb Gardners, Debbie Gardner and Gardner, because they just deactivated 2 of my accounts. When I first went into Facebook jail, this was like 11 years ago, and I'd had this account for like, I only had 1, and somebody reported me as a fake. And I don't know if you know anything about Facebook in jail, but there's nobody to call, there's nobody to talk to. They just do it. And then you have to like jump through these hoops and they never answer you. I had all my pictures of my kids, my grandkids. I lost everything. So then I didn't know how to get back on, because this was like 11 years ago. So it took me about a year. I figured out how to get back on, but they caught on because they go by your face recognition. So I had to start doing what Troy did, putting different pictures to fool them so that I could get back on. And as soon as they would find out it was me, they would deactivate me. They deactivated 4 of my groups. I've probably had 10 profiles deactivated. I still have 2 other accounts out there that people made for me that I haven't used, that are like, just in case they kick me out again. And right now I'm on what Facebook does to me, I will post a picture and they'll say, this picture is spam. And if you keep violating us, we are going to kick you off. I'm like, are you serious? It's not spam. It's the first time I'll like post a picture like just of myself, and then it's taken off. I mean, it's gotten to be where they're so controlling. There's no freedom of speech. Everything is so censored. And like what they do is, all the guys in my group, like say a guy will say, you have a nice booty. We get a violation for that, for bullying and harassment and violence. And I'm like, what the, you know what? To Facebook.
Oh, you could say it.
I'm like, what the fuck? How is that bullying? And I keep saying it's a compliment. Now, if you keep violating, we're going to disable your groups. Right now, 2 of the groups that I have are in red, meaning that they said, if I do one more thing, they're going to disable both those groups. And that's what I get these groups built up, and then Facebook takes them down. But thank God I have the most amazing fans in all of Facebook. I have the most loyal, amazing fan base. And I want to thank all of you out there in my fan base, because you guys rock. And they always follow me again. No matter how many groups I start, they're there to support me. So, and that's why I do this is for my fans, because they're like my family. We've been together I've been doing this 10 years now. And, but we're all, it's not just my group, it's every group on Facebook that's getting targeted. Now they're pulling other girls' pictures for spam. Almost every girl that I know has to have 2 or 3 accounts, because they're always in Facebook jail for like minor things. The other girl that owns the new group with me, she commented something on a girl's post, like, girls can be nasty to girls too. And Facebook gave her 7 days in Facebook jail for bullying and harassment. You literally can't say anything. You can't say the word ass. You can't say the word boob. You can't say the word titty. You can't say the word booty. You can't say the word sexy. You can't say the word, there's like all these words that they target. But they don't, because it's all like, they call them bots. A real person doesn't look at it. These bots do. And then they give you this violation, and then you try to appeal it. Then they deny it. So they said, okay, Debbie, you keep trying to appeal. You can go to the oversight board. I'm like, oh, finally, I'm going to get to talk to somebody. It was a joke, Greg. It's this thing. And I filled out all this form. It took me an hour. 2 minutes later, I get a message. Sorry, your case was not selected for review. Then why the fuck did you send me and tell me I could? And they pretty much control us, and they know it. I really wish somebody out there would start another Facebook.
Well, they only control as long as nobody gets their hands on them.
That's true.
They remind me of the bullies that start. I'm going to tell you a little story about me. When I was in junior high, I was bullied a lot. And problem is with online is people like to hide.
Yes, they do.
People love to hide because they're fucking cowards.
That's right.
I remember there was a guy that did not like me, and he would bully me anytime he got. But he went to another school, and he would always get off the bus that we came on. He'd go on to a different bus to go where he was going. But I remember one day I was in my homeroom class, and somebody had told me this guy was waiting for me and in one of the lobby areas to beat the shit out of me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what for? And this guy said, because of what you said. And I said, what did I say? And then they'd say, you know what you said? No, I didn't say dick all.
Yeah.
You guys just want to sit back and create a problem so you could sit back and go, hey, there's a fight.
Exactly.
And that's what this reminds me of. And I'm like, once I got my picture taken with a 10-foot Burmese python, well, people started leaving me alone a little bit.
Good for you.
Yep. Because I have a fascination with certain members of the reptile family. I mentioned friction with a certain film. I put $3K into a film that had a lot of alumni from a certain franchise in it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And because I was pushing a challenge for suicide and depression awareness, I apparently wasn't supposed to do that, I guess.
Why?
Why? Because they're fucking assholes.
That's true.
Most of them. They got their $3K out of me. But anyway, it was brought to my attention that these people were on a group chat discussing me negatively. Of course, they're saying I took things out of context. When I get screenshots sent to me, somebody had sent, somebody from the movie that actually likes me sent me the screenshots because, well, they felt I should know what's being said about me.
Good for them.
Yep. And anyway, they when the conversation starts with the director saying, or director / actress saying, Greg is acting weird again.
Weird again.
How in the fuck do I not take that out of context? How do I take that out of context?
Very hard to take that out of context.
Yep. I threw out a suicide and depression challenge, which I thought would have been so cool,
right,
with getting people from these movies involved with. That involved taking a pie in the face and you nominate 3 people.
Oh.
And I had a few people do it. But they were on this chat site mocking me.
That is so wrong, Greg.
And I've got the screenshots to prove it. But they're saying I took. They only sent me portions of the screenshots. Well, the portions pretty much was a negative to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, one person on there said he thinks because he put some money towards the film that we have to do what he wants. Some money? I put $3,000.
Wow.
I'd say I put more than just some money.
I'd say too.
But it goes deeper too. This goes so deeper. This is what I found out. I had interviewed a stuntman back in 2016 who worked with an actress that's part of this film. And he put me in connection with this actress and another stuntman that were involved in the same franchise as him. So, like, he gave me their numbers, but he did it off the air. And he told me they'd love to do the show. I contacted the stuntman, got his answering machine, left a message, told him how I got his info, never heard back, left it at that.
Really?
Left it at that. That was fine. That's fine. I'm not angry at this guy. But I'm angry at the actress that this guy went to bat for on the set of a movie too. I didn't contact these people for a long while because I didn't want to be that guy. But when Dick Miller passed away, I made that decision because when Dick Miller passed away, I had him on my show 5 months prior.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I was glad I made the decision to reach out when I did.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yep. So that's when I reached out to these people. So I reached out to this actress who was in 2 or 3 notable cult films. And first I get a woman on the phone saying I had a wrong number. I said, okay, no problem. No problem. That can happen. So I contact the stuntman. The stuntman tells me that he's baffled. He said, that's her number. And I said, you think maybe I freaked her out? And he said, she would never do that. And I trust the stuntman. So some time passes and I get more involved with this film. And then I reach out to her again. This time the person answering claims to be her cousin.
Oh my goodness.
So some time passed and I threw the Doubtfire Face challenge, which is the pie in the face challenge, out to them on Facebook. I had a lot of behind the scenes people do it. Maybe one notable actor from it. And there was some other people that did it that nominated some of the notable actors because that's what people want to see.
Right.
So I was told by another podcaster, throw it out to people on Cameo. I was like, okay. I threw it out. I had some people in the wrestling community do it, like Tori Wilson and James Ellsworth and people like that. So I threw it out to that actress on Cameo. And I had mentioned I was a co-producer on this movie. And she responded and said she would be delighted to do it. She couldn't then because of the pandemic, which, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
A year later, there was some deals going on Cameo. So I thought, I'm going to throw a few of these out again. And I throw it out to the actress again, and she goes, she said she doesn't feel right about it.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, doesn't feel right about it. It went from there because I obviously bashed her online for it, as I should have. Yep. Now I get accused of stalking this woman.
Are you serious?
Yep. Even though I don't have a passport.
Wow.
I've never been to California where this woman lives.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
You want me to tell you what's crazier?
What?
As of our conversation right now,
Huh?
the director of this movie has blocked me because she's embellished everything.
Wow.
But this woman I had apparently stalked, I looked her up online. We're not connected on anything, but she
Mhm.
hasn't blocked me on Sweet Fuck All.
That
That makes no sense to me.
no. I'm telling you, people have gone crazy, Greg. The world is going crazy. People are they're insane now. I mean, I don't know why. People are just angry and they're attacking other people. And it's sad. And it's really rampant on social media, because like you said, we call them trolls,
Yep.
keyboard monsters. They sit behind and, they go anonymous. They don't have a profile picture and they'll talk shit about whoever, So that's what I don't like about social media. And I've been attacked so many times. I know what you're saying. They write these things about me. They post my pictures. They make fun of me. They tell people if they're friends with me, they don't want to be friends with them. And, I haven't even done anything to these people. It's like there's so much jealousy and hatred out there. And that's one of the reasons I started this latest group, was to combat all the the backstabbing, the jealousy, the hatred. We need more positivity in this world. The world is so negative right now. We got the war, we got COVID, we got the the whole economy, and everybody's just in an uproar, and all you hear is the negative, negative, negative. But there is positive out there, but nobody. It's just like, how come people are so quick to be negative and to put you down, but when it comes to complimenting you, you never hear that until you're dead, which it doesn't matter to you then.
You know what? From this movie, I've interviewed some 25 people from it. Never heard dick all from the director. And I interviewed people that were not being interviewed by any of the other podcasts. People that had their first interview through me. I like it how some of the people too said that they stuck up for me, but yet they blocked me. Yeah, they didn't stick up for me. I know who stuck up for me, the person that sent me the screenshots, whom I didn't give away. The director was going ballistic trying to figure out who sent me the screenshots. It was somebody from the movie. I didn't give the person up, but she was contacting friends of mine, through online, people that she's never talked to since, but boy, she kissed their ass. And this was somebody I've had on my show 5 times.
Really?
And yep. And
Wow.
well, I remember when I mentioned the 2 phone numbers I got, she told me to lose the numbers.
Whoa.
And I'm like, okay, I lost the numbers. And that was about her 3rd interview. Last time I had her on, she was an hour late.
Oh, that is so rude.
It's not only rude, but I was in between work locations. So I had completed one location. I came here to do the interview, and then I had to go do another building.
It's so inconsiderate.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm the fucking bad guy, and I'm labeled a stalker. By the way, I can prove I didn't stalk, because if I have to go through my phone records, yep, that can be done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if I have to, like, I can't get on a plane without a passport.
Exactly. Exactly. And there's no record of you. How could you stalk a woman when you don't even have a passport? You've never been to that country.
Oh, they'll say I'm cyber stalking her. Okay, prove it.
Yeah. Does she have screenshots? People can say anything, Greg, and without proof. They can just accuse anybody of anything. And that's sad. The people that believe it don't really know you. That's the way I.
Nope. But what's funny though is that they got $3,000 of my money, and I'm glad I got my name on the film. Don't get me wrong. It's just I feel pissed that I'm getting shit on over a suicide and depression challenge.
And that, and my father committed suicide. So I thank you for that, because we
Yep.
need, and the fact that they wouldn't support that, that is so wrong, because there's a lot of us have been affected by that. And you were trying to do some good. And I think that shows the character of you and the character of them, Greg. So, you know, and the people that know you, and that's when people attack me too. You know, they say, if somebody's going to believe something about me without any proof, they weren't my friend anyway, and they didn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are people so quick to believe negative about people that, you know, do good? It doesn't make sense to me. You know, where's all this coming from? It's got to be jealousy.
Well, one of the people that ended up blocking me, I didn't know until I went to tag him on a video. I've interviewed him twice. When I originally reached out to him, he apparently had doubled for Harrison Ford in one of the Indiana Jones movies. The director of this movie didn't even know that.
Really?
And it was the big thing I wanted to talk to him about when I originally interviewed him.
Wow.
And yet he cuts me up. So basically, I'm being looked down on because I'm deemed not important. But yet this D-grade actress from a franchise,
Mm-hmm.
they think she's going to offer something. Now, I told one of the producers of the film that I would not talk about this anymore, so I'm trying to be, but it still irks me because despite the fact that I haven't mentioned it till now, although I haven't mentioned the names.
No, you haven't.
Despite the fact I seen another screenshot where somebody referenced the fact, actually it was, they were going after somebody that I had interviewed who's making a movie, and they said, this guy supports people that stalk and harass celebrities. And although it's not mentioning me by name, I'm like, I know what they're saying. I would love to see this fucker face to face.
Yeah, really. How could
I could say step outside.
I mean, that's slander. That's lies. That's slander.
Well, if they don't mention my name, they don't. But
oh,
so I'm not too pleased with how that went. And by the way, if somebody didn't want to do the pie challenge, just fucking say no. But you know, but it was okay for people to dump water over themselves for the ice bucket challenge. That was okay. And by the
exactly.
way, that's what my dad died of, ALS.
I'm so sorry, Greg.
Yep, but I didn't hear from the people from this film about it though.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, that's terrible.
Fuck me, huh?
So wrong. You didn't deserve that, and I apologize on behalf of all the normal people in the world.
That's
You know?
okay. They know not to appear at a con that I'm at because I'll bring it up with them right there in front of all the fans.
Exactly.
I'll do it Roddy Piper style.
You know, people like that are cowards. They
Yep.
won't come to face. They, like you said, they have to go on the internet and spread lies because they know they have no proof. So the way that they do it is they just, you know, hide behind their keyboard and they post these lies. And it's not just them. It's rampant on social media. I mean, people just feel like their opinion is the only one that matters, and they're going to go out there and they're going to destroy somebody they don't like, even though they don't know them. They don't care.
I'll tell you what's funny. I tried to, one of the producers reached out to me, and I tried to, we had a phone conversation where I was hoping we could patch things up. I don't think we did.
Mm-hmm.
But he said some stuff to me that didn't make sense. He said he looked me up online and he said he was disturbed that he couldn't find any info on me. Well, you know what? I could go through this apartment building and look up everybody online and probably find nothing.
I found you online, so I found all this information on you. I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, and then he tried to tell me that wanted to know if I had a third email account by the name of part of it was his last name and part of it was that looked at the film.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, but I don't think there was anything there. I think he was trying to make it sound like I was using a fake email for our phone number.
Hmm.
And I'm like, number one, the two emails that they have of mine are both, one is Anaconda and one is Python. What do they have in common?
Thanks.
Yep. So obviously this producer and their fucking movie aren't that important to me that I'm going to use that to hide and go after them.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm glad to have you on here today because I feel that you and I have been through the same ringer with these scumbags.
Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many, some of these were my friends, were good friends of mine that turned around, stabbed me in the back, spread lies, and I helped these girls in so many ways. One girl was being this guy in this group owner, he was threatening her. He was threatening to send her nude pictures to whoever wanted it. Then he started threatening me. So I went into my group and I said, guys, we need to guy shut down. He is threatening her. He's sending out her pictures. So we got the group shut down. And it had a lot of members in it because he was posting all these pictures of, there was 2 girls in our group. So this girl was so grateful. 2 months later, she posts, because I don't know why, she goes on social media and says, Debbie Gardner is terrible. Don't be friends with her. She's a piece of shit. And I'm like, and so and then the day before she did that, she had sent me a message saying what a good person I was. So I sent it to a friend of mine and she started posting this girl's message underneath her message about how I was a piece of shit. And I'm like, if I'm a piece of shit, and she even said, thank you. You were the only one that stuck up for me. But this is how crazy the world is, Greg. People have gone insane. People that you do things for, they turn around, and some of my friends said it's jealousy. But I mean, my whole thing is lifting up other women. So why are they jealous? My whole mission for 10 years has been to lift up women, to help them, to tell them that they're beautiful, no matter their age, their shape, their size, their color. We are all beautiful. To build self-confidence, and I'm hated on. It doesn't make any sense. I'm doing good. I'm trying to, and I get so much hate. They've shut my accounts down. They've shut my groups down. They report me.
Speaking of which, during their little trek to find out who sent me the screenshots, they actually blamed an innocent woman who was an associate producer on the film.
Oh no.
They blamed this woman who's got, I think, 4 autistic children. And she helps a lot of causes, including the Ukraine thing. And when I found that, and I saw the screenshots of that,
Mm-hmm.
and all I see was this person saying, I know you sent the screenshots to Greg. And I'm like,
What?
no, I could tell for 100% certainty she didn't. And even she questioned the director about this, and the director said, well, that's what I'm assuming. This is why the Zodiac killer went uncaught, because this person assumed everybody else.
Exactly. And that's why they can accuse, and like I said, they sit behind their keyboard and they can say whatever they want, but yet these people don't get put in Facebook jail that are spreading lies. It's the people like us that are trying to stick up for ourselves. We're the ones that Facebook persecutes. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me, Greg.
I've never been in Facebook jail, knock on wood. But you know what? If they did do that to me, I have no problem walking away from it. I mean, there's other platforms for me to, because I've got all my interviews and I've got my photos on my computer, so, but I just tried to do something positive. And by the way, I've had people from the industry do this challenge that I'm being villainized for. Nancy McLaughlin from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, who I actually was talking to last night, because she and I still communicate, and she knows about this situation. Mm-hmm. That was one thing that from this film they were upset about, is that some people, I told to some people, I said, yeah, I did. people that they're not going to corrupt against me. But Nancy did the challenge in front of props from the film.
Oh, good for her.
Sandy Johnson, who is Judith Myers in the original Halloween, she did it. Her husband was dressed up as Michael Myers when he put the pie in her face. And when COVID hit and people went into lockdown, Sandy posted it again just to cheer people up. And people loved it. But I get viewed as pushing it. Well, yeah, I push it. You got nominated. And it's like, just say no to begin with. Exactly. And some of these people that are against me weren't even nominated by me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I hear some outrageous stories, you know, like the premiere of this film happened. It didn't happen here. And I hear stories like there was extra security hired in case I showed up. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy.
But yet their film is released only on DVD, and apparently the only extras are subtitles. I've got movies here that look like they were made for $5 that have Blu-ray releases. What the fuck is wrong with this one that's got this all-star horror cast in it? So very disappointed, but yeah, that's the situation at hand.
I'm so sorry.
Me. Yep. And I'll tell you, when my father passed away, I think I might have heard from one or two people that are still connected with me, but that would have been the time where they could have made amends with me.
Exactly.
When my father died. Didn't hear from any of those people. Why? Because I'm pushing a charity challenge and I'm supposedly stalking somebody.
I think people, Greg, I think that, you know, the normal people know the truth. And, you know, people are going to do what they're going to do. To me, when somebody does that, it shows their character, not yours.
Yep. Yep.
They're true colors. So, you know, your fans all know, everybody knows you're not stalking anybody. So.
Oh, I can definitely prove that I'm not. That's the thing. That is the thing that I know is in the back of their head. I can prove it.
Exactly. And you know, they know you didn't. So, you know what? They're just looking ridiculous right now. They're looking ridiculous. And so, you know.
Oh, and the producer says to me, here's an idea. Why don't you get all the people you interview to do a PSA on suicide and depression at the end of your show? And I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking after that, number one, I said fucking no, because it's fucking lazy. Doesn't take much for somebody to run their mouths about a cause they don't care about.
Exactly.
But I'll go flip that around. I'd like this producer to go back in time and say, Terry Fox, don't run across Canada. Don't do it. Just do a talk about cancer. Do you think we'd be celebrating him today?
No.
No.
No, we would not.
That's his logic.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
And this was started after Robin Williams sadly left us, you know, but I feel bad this happened.
I do too. I feel bad for you.
But, well, they won't get my money again, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
You know, you learned a lesson, a valuable lesson. That's the way I look at it when this happens. I learned a lesson. Don't trust people.
Yeah. Oh, gee. But I mean, and I don't have to spend money at their table at con. I hope never to meet any of these people. You know, but if they want to avoid me, all they have to do is just not do a con in Canada. So there you go. I'm not exactly rushing to get a passport right now. So there you go. I may not get one because the moment I get a passport, that's exactly what I'll get accused of. You got a passport so he can go down there and stalk this woman.
If you really stalked her, then why didn't she file charges with her proof? If she was that concerned.
Oh, jeepers. One of the things I heard that I called her 20 times. Okay. Then why haven't I heard anything?
Exactly. She could have taken that proof to the police, and she
Oh
did.
my fucking goodness. I called twice. Got a wrong number up, supposedly, and her cousin. Number one, let's talk about that for how fucked up is that? Because I sent this person the interview with the stuntman where this was all brought up.
Hmm.
All this woman had to do was contact him for verification.
Hmm.
Like, to me, I don't understand the wrong number or I'm her cousin. Actually, the wrong number thing, number one, that can happen so easily.
Right.
So a person go call back. I didn't call back right away, but I'm this person's cousin. Like, I'm sorry, just what kind of game are you playing?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know, just say no. That's it. You don't want to do my show? Just say no. I've had people turn me down before.
Really?
Yeah. Although the producer of this film says, other celebrities will probably not want to do your show, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You're my 70th interview this year.
Oh, wow. Good for you, Greg.
Jeepers, I've had the unknown comic on here.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, who's probably right up there with some of their bigger names in that film, and they don't have a lot of big names.
Wow.
I've had Larry Zbyszko, who's a legendary wrestler, on here, who feuded with Bruno Sammartino back in the day. Like, I think I'm okay.
I think you're doing pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Have to worry.
Yeah. All I can say for them is the people that said that they stuck up for me but didn't, I say, piss off to them.
Yeah.
I figured out on Facebook that I can block people back.
Yes, you can.
Yep. So I went on there. I blocked the director. I blocked this producer. And I blocked this other guy that these people don't want to hear my side of the story because I'm not important enough. They're kissing her ass. Because they think the director's going to offer them something. She's not going to offer them shit.
No.
Just like these people that she contacted to find out who sent me the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
It's, she hasn't talked to them since.
That's just sad.
Just wanted the gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
People love to gossip.
Yep. So I'm very, very angry at that little situation. And I thought about that as I approached this interview because when I think about, and there's a lot about, especially this cause that I'm behind, mm-hmm. a lot of it comes on to self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Online bullying is
rampant.
Rampant.
It's terrible. It's awful.
Now, any of these people that claim to be your friend, have you ever got them face to face on it?
No, because no. What they do is they block you and then they go and they post everything so you can't defend yourself. I hear about it from the other members. Do you know so-and-so is out there saying this about you? And they send me the screenshots. And I'm like, first of all, I mean, I try to put a spin on it and say, you know what, I must be doing something right. Because if I'm getting attacked like this and I'm getting all this attention, because why are they so concerned about somebody that runs a group that lifts up women? Why do they have to attack me like that? What is their problem? So I'm like, well, if they have nothing better to do than to attack me instead of taking care of their shit, that's their problem, not mine. I don't lose any sleep over it. I've learned that I just let it go. But of course, the other day you saw things did get to me. I had another incident and I was ready just to say, you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of getting attacked every time I turn around for bullshit reasons. And so, I took all my pictures off of Facebook, and I'm like, I don't need this. I don't get paid for what I do. I'm doing this because I love women, and I want to help them. But this is getting ridiculous. So my friend who I started this new group with, she called me and she said, Debbie, she said, did you see what the one guy wrote underneath your post? And this guy said, talking about suicide, he said, Debbie, I've been following you for years and I've never said anything, but when I started following you, I was suicidal. And because of you and your positiveness, I did not commit suicide. And she said, Debbie, you cannot stop. You can't let the haters keep you from doing what you are called to do. You are called to be a voice, for positivity, for truth, for support, for acceptance. So we started this new group, and it's called Deb and Annie's Positivity Palace. And we named it that because it's just about, and you know what? This new group has done better than any of my adult groups have ever done. Because people are so craving, Greg, a place that's positive and a place where truth is spoken and where they get validated. So many people get no validation in this world, and every human being is important.
Yep.
They're all important. They all deserve validation and acceptance. So men and women are flocking because we post inspirational things. We had 3 of our members that lost children this week. To me, that is an unimaginable loss. I don't know how they're doing it. So we reach out to them and we help, and I want to get more in depth with, these things, suicide and depression and bullying, online bullying. And, saying, what can we do, to combat this? Because our motto is changing the world one act of kindness at a time. If we all start just, doing nice things for people, and hopefully that will catch on, and this negativity, that's the only way to combat it. I don't know. I've tried every other way. So this is my mission now. This is what I want to do for whatever time I have left on this earth. I want to, combat all this hatred over nothing. There's so much of it. People are angry. They're flipping you off in the cars. And it's like, you look at them wrong and, they go off on you because everybody's filled with anger. And
well, I told the producer of this film, I said, I promised him I wouldn't talk about this anymore. And for a long time I didn't, but then I get evidence that they're still talking about me. So anyway,
still relevant. Why are they talking about you if you aren't relevant?
That's okay. That's okay. They could say what they want to. It's I just won't support anything they do again, You
just have to cut yourself off from those people.
I put 3K into their movie and they didn't appreciate it.
Nope.
So, they didn't appreciate it. But I'll tell you one thing. You mentioned suicide, depression. Number one, I'm glad that you were instrumental in somebody keeping their life. But
thank God.
I want to throw the Doubtfire challenge out to you.
Yes, I would love to do that. Because my father committed suicide. So I need to, and my son tried, but he didn't succeed, thank God, because of depression. So I am all about it. I would love to do that challenge, Greg. It would be my honor and privilege to bring awareness to this.
Okay. You do a video yourself, you take a pie in the face and
okay.
Actually, if you even want to come on here in the Zoom and do it,
let's do it. I'll have my friend come and she can put a pie in my face and for everybody, just to say, you know what, this is a good thing you're doing, Greg. I know almost all of my friends have been affected by suicide. It's rampant now. So you're doing a good thing by bringing awareness to it. And don't listen to those haters. One thing I've learned being on social media for so long, when you're doing something good, there's always going to be people sitting back hating. And they're the ones with the loudest voice, unfortunately. Like I said, this guy that I helped didn't come forward until I was ready to quit. But all the haters have no trouble spewing their hatred, typing it out, but you never hear the good things. So I encourage people out there, if you like something and somebody has touched you, tell them. Tell them, like I told my son something today before you called, and he said, Mom, you had never told me that. I said, oh, I thought I did. So I'm going to start doing that. Like what I do now is if I see a stranger and I like her dress, I go up to her and I say, I love your dress. You wouldn't believe the looks I get. Like, I don't want anything. I just want to compliment you. And people, like, their face lights up, or you smile at them. People are craving just to be validated, to be accepted, to have some positive. And so that's the challenge I've put out to my group. Let's all do one random act of kindness a day. Whether it's paying for somebody's coffee, whether it's opening the door, whether it's smiling, whether it's saying, how are you doing today? I know you lost your dad, Greg. How are you doing? Because I know that had to be difficult. You know what I mean? How hard is that to do? To reach out to somebody with genuine concern, because I know I lost my dad. I know how hard that is, Greg. And I'm so very sorry for your loss. Because I don't care how old you are when your parents die, it hurts. They're your mom and dad. So I offer you my deepest condolences, Greg. I'm so very sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry that those people that were supposedly your friends did not reach out and shame on them, Greg. Shame on them. Because, that was your hour of need. And that's when you find out who your real friends are. The people that are there when you're down and out. And those people that are there caring about you, those are the people you want in your corner. The rest of them, I wouldn't have anything to do with them anymore, because they don't care about you. They're not good people. I don't care if they're famous. I don't care if they're in Hollywood. It doesn't give you a right to mistreat people just because you have a name, just because you're a director. So you can speak lies about people. No, it's not right. And what they did is wrong. And most people in the world know that, Greg. It's too many people use their power to hurt other people instead of good. Why don't they use their power for the suicide challenge or for something positive? Why are they using their influence to bring you down? That would be my question.
You want me to tell you what's funny is that the ice bucket challenge took off and was a phenomenon. I was naive to the fact that it was just trending. All I saw was celebrities getting involved in that. And most of the people that did the ice bucket didn't even know what ALS was.
Really?
Most of them didn't even know what ALS was. Well, my dad had it. So there you go. So when that was successful and the Doubtfire challenge came up, number one, I love that kind of humor. So
me too.
Yep.
Love that movie.
Yep. So, yep. So I thought, well, I'd much rather see pies in the face than ice bucket water over the head.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Have you done it before?
Well, there's this game my grandkids have. I don't know if you've seen it. And there's whipped cream, and you have to crank this thing, and you put your head like into this thing.
Yeah.
And of course, my grandkids loved it. I got the pie in the face, and they just thought that was hysterical. And, so I am so open to doing something like that. I mean, well, it's fun. It's for a good cause. Oh my goodness. I don't know why everybody wouldn't do it, especially for suicide awareness and depression. It's rampant right now. This needs to be brought to the forefront of our country. And
it's funny because when this was so successful, I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if every year something like that trended for a cause?
Yes.
But it's like, no, we can't do it for something else.
Well,
so that is one of the reasons too. Like when I approach people have a right to say no. But I hate it when people say yes and leave me alone, because then when I reach out to them again, then I look pushy.
Right. And that's not the case.
Yeah. But I've had situations where I've given to people's charities
Mhm.
I gave one Scream Queen $50 to our animal rescue program
Mhm.
in exchange for a Doubtfire Face challenge.
She didn't do it.
Nope.
What is the matter with these people?
But yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the fucking bad guy.
You're not, Greg. Everybody knows you're not the bad guy. You know?
And it doesn't matter whether I do the challenge. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see them do the challenge.
Exactly.
Do you think people went on line every day to see videos of regular people doing the ice bucket? No, they wanted to see what celebrity was doing. So I tried to do this with the pie challenge.
Mhm.
And I'm not done with it. I mean, fuck what that producer says. I'm not having people do a PSA at the end of my. Like one of the people that turned me down on Cameo didn't want to do the pie challenge, but they offered to talk about it. And I'm like, no, don't waste my time.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be empty words,
Mhm.
rehearsed, you know?
Right. It has to be a passion.
Yep.
You know, you have to really believe in it. And if they had been affected by suicide, they would be touched, you know, because until something touches somebody, you know what I mean? They have to deal with it. They just don't seem to care, you know,
Exactly.
but if somebody in her family had committed suicide, she would be the first one up there doing it, saying, yes, we need to bring attention to this. Look how many celebrities kill themselves. I mean, how many drug overdoses, whatever, it's rampant in Hollywood. So it's not a problem with people like us. It's everywhere, all age classes, all forms of society, from the rich to the poor. It's suicide affects everybody.
Yep. So anyway, I've had problems with it years ago, but now I kind of coach people through it. And so I take it seriously. And like I said, people don't want to do the challenge, don't do the challenge, but don't leave me on.
Exactly.
And don't, yep. But
exactly.
Yep. But nonetheless, I think that people could do a lot better in the world just by reaching out to people. As a lot of times people just don't. I clean a hospital here, so I see a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Especially when I go up in some of the areas and the elderly people that I don't know whether they got dementia or Alzheimer's. They're just lost. It's kind of scary to look at.
It is.
You know, so I get it. And I'm not going to stop pushing it, despite what these people, the problem these people, like I said, they got my money. That's all they wanted. So there are other good people out there that
There's a lot.
that are not going to accuse me of stalking or shit like that. Yep.
Don't let them keep you from doing what is your passion. Don't ever let haters, that's my message out there. Don't let the haters stop the people that are doing good, because that would just be a shame. Because you do, and people listen to you. So you have to keep, you know, putting that message out there, Greg, because it is a prevalent message that needs to be voiced. So I applaud you for doing that and for not letting these haters make you stop. Don't ever let a hater make you stop anything, because then they win. You know what I mean? And I always say, I was just talking to my friends and I said, when you let somebody, it's like letting them live in your head rent free. That's what they want. That, you know, they want to get in and they want to affect your thoughts and they want to affect your mood. And I refuse to let them into my mind anymore. I let it go. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of even thinking about you. I'm going to move on and keep doing what I'm called to do, because you don't even deserve my time or my attention. And I move on. I don't talk about it in my groups. I've never talked about any of this. You know, I talked about it with you because, you know, I knew we wanted to talk about this, but I don't give them they want the attention. So I don't give them that attention.
Well, you know what? let's give the listeners something different. Let's talk about positivity. Let's put films that don't care. Let's put people that don't care. Let's put the haters off in the dumpster.
Yes.
Let's talk about positivity. Number one, have you been in any films?
I've never been in a film, no.
Okay, because when Scott sends me people, it's always a question I have, and not that that's important. I was just wondering, you know, but yeah, but you're doing this group. I can't remember the name of the woman you're doing. Annie.
Annie, her last name is Mall, and she has other groups. So it's called Deb and Annie's Positivity Palace. And we named it Palace because I said, with all the hatred out there in the world, men and women need a safe place to come where they can be treated like kings and queens.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, it's taken off because people are dying for some positivity, and they're encouraging each other. They're making posts and they're reaching out to each other, and it's contagious. You know, like I said, if we all just do one thing a day, Greg, you know, I used to go, when I lived in Arizona, I used to go into the jails and I would minister to the women, because I've always had a heart to help people. And my mission was born out of pain. And I've been through a lot in my life. So I decided to take what people tried to destroy me with and use it for good and to reach out to other people. So this group was born out of my pain and a desire to make a change and to say, you know what? You are not going to stop me. I will move forward. I will be that voice. I don't care what you say about me now. I don't care what they say. The people that know me and love me, they know what I'm all about. So I'm going to keep doing this. And I invite any listener that would love to join our group. We are a group of men and women from all over the world. I have people from Africa, from Australia, from England, from Canada. Every nation is in our group, and we're all different colors and nationalities. And guess what? We all get along. It's possible to be different and not to feel divisive. Why do we have to say, because you don't look like me, I can't have anything to do with you? I'm about bringing people of all ages and races and nationalities together in unity to show the world this is possible. You know, it's not that hard, because, you know, inside of us, we're all the same. We all have the same need to be loved and accepted and appreciated. No matter what it is, we all are created with that need. And when that need isn't met, people get mad and angry and they start to attack other people. So the way to combat that, in my opinion, let's start lifting these people up. Let's start giving them validation. Maybe their hearts will change and they'll start becoming better people. You know, I'm like, kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness.
It's funny because it reminds me a lot of situations in the Bible, you know, some situations that come to mind. For example, speaking of the little people, there's incidents in the Bible that really highlight this. One that comes to mind is the elderly woman who was
that had the mites, and she only had a little bit of oil left. And she
no, that wasn't it. The one that was in this crowd, and she said, if I could just touch his
garment, I healed.
And she touches him and she was cured. And Jesus turned around and he says, who touched me? As he felt the power come out of him. And when she come forward, he said, your faith has made you well.
Yes.
Because she felt unworthy.
Yeah.
And of course, Jesus died for it. He died for the least.
For the least of us. That's right. He died for the least of these, for us.
And another one that stands out to me is, I think his name's Zacchaeus.
Yes, in the tree.
in the tree, you know, he wanted to get a good look at him. And then Jesus looks up the tree and he says, Zacchaeus, I'm going to your house today.
Yeah.
And everybody, and the Pharisees remind me of social media.
Yes, and the haters, the Pharisees are
They
the
remind me of that film I was involved with.
yeah, and the trolls.
You know, they're all the ones. They're the ones that want to stone the woman who was caught in adultery.
Yes, not the man though, just the woman.
Just the woman. I gotta say, I love the Passion of the Christ. I gotta admit.
Oh, it's amazing.
I've actually wore that T-shirt at horror cons because it's like that movie kind of blends in with the gore film so well.
Yeah, it really does. Think of
There's more blood in that than the average zombie film. They could have put that movie on the cover of Fangoria magazine and it would not have felt out of place at all, you know. And I love horror films, you know, but I gotta say, that movie was shot well, unlike a lot of the ones I see out of Pureflix, which yeah, but that one there was done well. But
yeah,
nonetheless, yeah, the woman caught in adultery. Everybody wanted to stone her. You know how many times I felt like people wanted to throw rocks at me over some bullshit?
me too. That they just
Yeah.
wanted destroyed, you know, and but you're still here, Greg. That's a testament to you and your character. You're still here.
Mhm.
You're still standing and you're still being relevant. You're still doing good. Kudos to you. I give you a lot of credit for that because you're standing up against them and you're not letting them win.
So how did you connect with Anne? Is it Annie or Anne?
Her name's Annie.
Annie. Is she a personal friend of yours or somebody you connected with online?
She also ran adult groups online. So I knew her from that. And she always said she was drawn to my groups. And because my groups were, even when I had adult groups, they were always about positivity. Like if somebody was rude or negative to anybody, I would kick him out of my group. Because from the very beginning, I said, I will not allow any trolls, haters in this group. You're not welcome because you get away with it in other groups, but you're not going to get away with it in mine. So she would talk to me. We would do share for shares. And then we had been talking lately because she's been going through some stuff and I've been kind of reaching out to her. She's been reaching out to me and she's actually going to come here either to Mexico to meet me in person or we're going to go to the US because we want to meet in person. Now I've met a few of the ladies in my group in person. Oh, how
look at
cute.
this. Speaking of positively, it's Skittles.
Oh, how sweet.
Hi, Skittles. Skittles says, you're exploiting me. You're using me for hits, views, and likes. You're exploiting me. My response, you're living here for free. You didn't even clean the apartment up. I have to.
What a cute cat. Oh, so cute.
Kitty, did you get the groceries? No, I had to.
He's like, don't talk to me.
Skittles is like, oh boy, all this, let's talk about positivity. Treats are positivity.
I'm also an animal lover.
Yeah.
I've had tortoises, I've had ferrets, I've had parrots.
My brother and his wife had ferrets.
Yeah. They bring, you know, we had a post about that. Animals bring positivity and love into a person's life. They are a great source of unconditional love.
Here's my story about my brother and sister-in-law's ferrets. They had 2 ferrets. I watched them drag my sister-in-law's hairdryer down the hallway and under the bed.
Oh yeah, they took socks. They would hide my bras. They'd take my underwear. They would put them under the bed. They're cute, but they have a smell to them. That's the only thing. They emit this oil and over everything. But they're the most fascinating creatures ever. I love ferrets.
And then another day, I brought them some toys from the pet store. I never saw them again after that day. Now I know where they were. Flip their bed over. I guarantee you I can find that along with everything else. Shoot, Indiana Jones would have a field date. Probably find the lost ark under there. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it was fascinating watching. They were always doing something.
They're very inquisitive.
Yep.
They want to check out everything. Ours would go behind things. We'd have a hard time finding them because they would get, they can slither like under anything. But they're fun. They're very fun.
Yep. Yep. But I get the kitty. All our pets were rescues. Skittles a rescue. My parents had an Australian Shepherd that was a rescue, and my brother and his wife had ferrets that were rescues. My nephew has a ball python, a boa constrictor, and a dog. And I love snakes, but they don't show the kind of affection that kitty shows. So yeah, that's why I don't own a snake, but not that I can't get hold of one, mind you. but yeah, Skittles will jump up on my bed while I'm trying to sleep. He'll go around and he'll look me in the face, and I'm like, Skittles, my uptime and your uptime are very different.
He's like, get up, Dad.
Like, Skittles, it's not time for me to get up.
According to him, it is.
Yeah, according to him, a lot of stuff.
They just take over our lives, and they become our babies, and there isn't anything we wouldn't do for them.
Oh yeah. But so talk about how it's going. You mentioned that's going very well, but do you have like things planned or things that you guys are going to do to like any events or anything like that for your group?
We do want to do a meet and greet. We've been talking about it for years, but then COVID happened. So actually Scott is going to be doing a meet and greet this year, and he's going to bring the wrestling into it. I'm going to go to North Carolina, and then they're going to raffle off the table, and then all my fans can come and we can meet each other in person. So we have that planned, because a lot of my fans, they said, I feel like I know you, because I do live videos in my group. I do videos, I share my life, I share my animals, I share, so they said, we feel like we know you and we want to meet you in person. And I feel like I know them. I know them by name. I know what they look like. We're always chatting every day. And I told them, I said, they are my family, because I didn't have the greatest family, Greg, the most important. So, sometimes the family that you're born with isn't necessarily family. It's your family of choice. Those people that love you and support you. And these people, like when I had a brain tumor, they were the ones that got me through that. I hope
you're fine now.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank God I'm fine now. But no matter what I went through, they were there. They sent flowers. I mean, my room was filled with flowers, all from people in my group. They are the most loving, compassionate, caring people. And I want to give you guys all a shout out. You guys are the most phenomenal human beings I've ever had the privilege and the pleasure to meet. They are so amazing and so loving and so caring. And there is good people out there, Greg, and they're all in my group. I know for a fact.
Are you guys going to raffle off Scott the Icon?
Well, I think we should.
He told me you were on his show quite a few times, and I've interviewed people through him, like Granny Haltster.
Oh, Granny's
I like her. And the other one, Eric Messias, was a lot of fun. I had him on. Chrissy Kruger.
Chrissy Kruger. Yep.
She's somebody you need to reach out to too, because she seems to be down a lot lately, and she's pretty unique individual.
It's got the
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
She got the fang. That was
Yeah.
when that was why I reached out to her when Scott sent her to me. I was like, okay, I don't know this. Yeah, that's another thing about me. I'll interview people even if I don't know who they are,
Good
because
for you.
you'll never believe. I get upset with podcasters who won't interview somebody unless they've done a big movie or something like that, and I'm like, a lot of times where I've dealt with the self-esteem situation, I know what it's like. I dealt with it with this friggin' film I was involved with. I know what it's like to be made to feel unimportant despite any
Yeah.
efforts you've gone out to make them look
Yeah.
good or
Yeah.
promote their project. I know what
Mhm.
it's like to basically be made feel like shit. I went
Yes.
through it when growing up in school. I was the last one picked for the team. I
Me
was
too.
the one nobody wanted to hang out with, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't want people to feel that way.
Good for you,
Uh,
Greg. Good for you. That's awesome.
well, I have
Be-
some empathy for people with that,
Yeah.
because that can affect somebody's self-esteem.
Oh, huge, huge. And so can words when they're attacked online, which is why I don't, words either have the power to do good or evil. So let's use our words for good. Why use it for evil? To
Mhm.
tear, words hurt. That little kid, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That's not true. Names and words can hurt people to the core and can cause them to retreat, cause them to be, and had a friend just not too long ago that committed suicide over cyberbullying. That's why
Yep.
she's passionate about this, because we've had people that have been cyberbullied that have tried to commit suicide over words because people are mean. And it's like, I don't think they realize how words affect people, how they feel about themselves. Because you're right, it affects their self-esteem. So let's not do that, people. Don't be mean. It's so easy to be nice, a kind word. And you know what? As you do that, you actually start to change yourself and the people that you do it to. And I told my group, I said, this is going to have a ripple effect. It's going to spread to those people around you. And hopefully those people will start doing these acts of kindness. And hopefully we'll get a movement going here. That's what my hope and prayer is, that this becomes a movement of kindness and being, considerate of whoever it is, whether, I don't care if the Starbucks barista, they deserve my love and appreciation. They're doing a great job. So I always try to talk to, no matter where I'm at, I get to know the person because they matter. It doesn't matter what you do, from the least to the greatest, everybody matters. All lives matter.
Mhm.
And so that I'm glad that you don't just interview the big people, because there's little people out there doing great that get
Oh,
no
you would have no idea what some of the, like I mentioned Troy Elke earlier. His voice is in this film that I was talking about. And I will say, pound for pound, I think he may be the most talented person involved with that film.
Wow, good for him.
And he's not a big name, but I've seen what he can do. And I'm like, he's somebody that needs discovery, because he's somebody I discovered online just based on his theories about a particular film franchise. And I was like, I think he was the most talented person involved with that film. That's not to say that the other people in the film weren't talented. It's just I can't come up with the kind of stuff he comes up with. I don't know where his mind's at where he does this
He's
with
talented.
his videos.
He's got a gift.
Yep. And he does these little videos, and I'm like, okay, where did he come up with that? He did one video I thought was amazing, where he was at work. I can't do this while I'm at work at the hospital. I'm sorry. I have to turn my phone off. But he did one. I thought this was one of the most clever videos he ever did, where he turns the radio on and you hear his own voiceover saying, It was about the pandemic.
Mhm.
And he's saying, he was saying himself, he said, I'm tired of hearing about the damn pandemic. I know, I'll listen to some music. And every song was like Dust in the Wind or Bad Medicine. And I don't know. He must have had like a dozen or so songs. He pretend to do the thing on the radio, and every song was something to do with sickness. And
Creative.
I thought that was the most creative video I seen him do, which is saying something. And I'm like, where does he come up with that? How does he figure out all these songs to
Yeah.
splice into that?
That's
And I'm like, Troy, you got a gift. And
Yeah.
Troy hasn't disconnected from me because I was the first one to interview him, and he knows I appreciate his talent.
yes.
And he's been involved in some of the James Balsamo movies I've cameoed in. And my cameos are just done on my phone and sent to James. He splices them in the movie. So I'm in a scene being watched on a television by Eric Roberts, and I never met the guy.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
Yeah, I'm in scenes with Eric Roberts, and I never met him. But I introduced him to James Balsamo because I was like, James, you got to check this guy out. You need him for your movie. And I threw him in there, and he did the same thing, something on his phone that's, and so I think, and Troy again, I'd be hard pressed to find out which one of you have been kicked off of Facebook jail the most.
We can share it, king and queen.
King and queen. Well, that's what I'll do because but again, I make these discoveries. It's just like the people of Scott the Icon. Scott the Icon called me one night, and I was like, he wants to interview me? Really?
Why not?
Me? Oh, I did the interview, but I was like, okay, he wants to interview me. It's cool when somebody says, you know what, I'm interested in you.
Exactly. Validation.
But I got interested, like he asked me if I would interview, like he said some of his co-hosts wanted to come on my show. I said, absolutely, Holy cow, like why ignore Granny Hulkster or Eric Macias or Chrissy Kruger? I had a blast with them.
They're amazing.
Yeah. I had a blast with them. In fact, he was trying to hook me up with a guy named Pervy the Clown, and I'm kind of like, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that one. I'm very curious about it. Who's Pervy the Clown? I hope he's not around any birthday parties. But I have no problem interviewing people from adult sites either, because I don't look at them as smut.
Exactly.
Actually, one of the people that accepted the Doubtfire challenge on Cameo was Siri Dahl, whom I've never seen any of her adult material. I've never seen her nude.
Mm-hmm.
I just caught wind one day while surfing online of her podcast. I forget now what it's called, but she struck my funny bone.
Mm-hmm.
And that was why I found her on Cameo, and that was when I threw the Doubtfire challenge out to her, and she did it.
See?
And her reaction was priceless.
Did it.
Holy cow. Her reaction was because she was in her kitchen and she talked about it, and then when I don't know whether it's her boyfriend filming it, but she splatted the pie in her face, and she goes, oh, I can't believe how messy this was. And her boyfriend, like Kevin, goes, I can't believe you didn't think it was messy. She goes, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. And then she, you see her give this look, and she goes, Oh, hello. You have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, that's my favorite scene in the movie. He was so good in that movie. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So this was just something I kind of discovered of like
Wow.
her sense of humor was like off the record, so that turned out really well. And then there's other people that just did it and they didn't ask questions. They didn't ask questions. They knew what it was. They did. They didn't sit back and think, "Oh, Greg's weird."
You're not weird.
No.
They're
No.
weird.
Yep. Yep. But
You know, speaking of Canadians and movies, I found the best series called Schitt's Creek, and it's all made with Canadian. Oh my God, that is my most favorite Netflix ever. That is the most well made, and him and his son do it, and every character. It's like I've probably watched every season at least 6 times, and I know every line, but it's priceless, the humor, and it's so well written. And I was so sad when they stopped it. It's like Canada, and they're all Canadian actors in it. Are you familiar with it?
oh yeah, are you familiar with the Trailer Park Boys?
No,
Oh, are you
no,
kidding me?
no, the Trailer Park Police.
The Trailer Park Boys.
Oh no, who's the Trailer Park Boys?
They're a trio that live in a trailer park.
Hmm?
There's a lot of dope humor in it.
Okay.
The series was so successful that Ivan Reitman produced their first film. They've done 3 movies,
Wow.
3 Trailer Park Boys movies,
Mhm.
and they did a 4th movie called Swearing at the movie. And the movie it's actually an attack on censorship. It's got a record of 935 F-bombs. You need to look up the Trailer Park Boys.
I'm going to watch it tonight, the Trailer Park Boys, because I'm always looking for good humor, good shows to watch that are funny, because it's so important to laugh. You got to have humor.
Yep, the 3 guys are Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. Bubbles has these glasses that make his eyes look big. But in Swearing at the movie, you see them play themselves.
Really?
And
They're real people.
yeah, because Bubbles is nothing like his character in the show.
Wow.
He's most blatantly profane out of the 3 in Swearing at the movie.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Netflix, the movie Swearing at the Movie, is it on Netflix?
I don't know, but the 3 Trailer Park Boys movies. There's look. This is how weird it is. Is that one guy? You got 2 of the Trailer Park Boys, 2 of the 3 of them that are in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and they get let out. You know why they get let out? Because they were beating the prison guards in a sport in there. And Ricky vows to get back in prison so he could beat his ass. He wants to go back to prison.
Oh, that's too funny.
I love it. I absolutely love it. There's some videos online of them. Ricky has one called Getting Learnt with Ricky.
Getting Learnt with Ricky. Okay.
Getting Learnt with Ricky, where he does has the most ridiculous shit to do household appliances. And yeah, he goes on a war against an anthill, and he says, "Well, this is the stuff you need." And
I love
to say, yeah, I love it. I love it. Another one you might want to look up is Letterkenny.
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 Okay, I'll have to look that one up.
That's pretty funny as well. And
Letterkenny.
one that's not on anymore, but they did do a movie, was Corner Gas.
Corner Gas. Okay,
Corner Gas.
I'm gonna have to look them up.
Yep, quarter gas. It's set at a gas station, you know, and
Mhm.
these are Canadians. And there's
Canadians are really talented. I mean, I think that the one I saw, Schitt's Creek, is the most well-made, the funniest, the best. I've seriously better than Friends, better than anything the U.S.
well,
has.
Friends was not funny to me.
Yeah, it
I
was.
thought Married with Children was the funniest sitcom I had ever seen.
That was funny, but Schitt's Creek is better.
Okay. All right. No, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, it was just, it's funny because every character is, you know, you got Alexis, you know, who's ditzy, and then, you know, you have David, then you have, of course, you know, the mom who, you know, dresses in these outrageous, you know, she's in a hotel and she's got these huge costumes on all the time and she doesn't care what anybody thinks. And I love that about her. You know, and then of course you have the dad, and then you know the mayor of Schitt's Creek and his wife. I mean, every character is so well written. And you have Bob, you know, and the little card game they had, and just how they tied it all together. I give them so much props. They are so talented. And I heard that it was his son that actually came to the dad with the idea and said, let's do a show about this. And the dad thought it was well written, and he said, yeah, let's do it. And I love that they play father and son. And probably the funniest thing the episode was when David sings to him, you know, you're simply the best. And he does that dance. Oh my God, that is priceless. I mean, and I could watch that over and over and over. So I love the Canadian television, the artists, they're amazing.
Okay. I'll send you some trailer links to some of the stuff I just told you about, though. So yeah, because you can order these movies online, and the Trailer Park Boys movies are in vein with the shows, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've had some fun with those. So and you want an obscure Canadian movie? Bon Cop, Bad Cop.
Bon Cop, Bad Cop? I never heard of it.
It's a combination of French and English. It's about two cops that are in different jurisdictions. Mm-hmm. Because a body apparently was thrown from a plane or something. Mm-hmm. And when it lands, it's on top of a road sign. But the jurisdiction, half the body's on one jurisdiction, the other half. And one of the cops is fluent in French and the others is English. So you got a few subtitles. The movie's hilarious. It's an action comedy shot here in Canada.
You got to send me the all these, Greg.
Bon Cop, Bad Cop.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
Yep. These are terrific. There's been a lot of really good Canadian cinema out there, you know, like
there is, really.
Yeah, like movies like Class of 1984, Prom Night, and Curtains, and Black Christmas, one of my favorites, the original.
Yes, I love that show. I saw that.
The original one, yep. And and so many others that were shot up here. A lot of the Cronenberg ones, you know. Yep. So I've had some fun with that, and I enjoy doing the cons. Have you ever gone to one of the cons before?
No, I want to. I've never gone, but it's on my bucket list to go to one.
I got invited by a Canadian actress to my first one, and I assisted her at her table, and she and I've remained friends, and it changed my life, because it was my first time on a plane. And
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I went to Toronto. I didn't go to the States to stalk anybody. I didn't do that. Remember, I don't have a passport.
That's right. So you couldn't have. It's impossible.
I couldn't have.
Exactly.
I know that defeats the purpose of their gossip.
Well, it shuts them up, doesn't it? What, you know, when you don't have a passport, it's kind of hard to stalk somebody in another country.
Yep.
It's hard.
Well, I can't promise to avoid a Canadian con that they happen to be at, because there's a couple I frequent,
Mhm.
you know, but
You be the bigger person. Everybody knows the truth. You know what? They look like idiots for accusing you.
you know what? I, quite frankly, I wish it could end peacefully, but like I said, when I stopped talking about it, I kept hearing,
They
I
were,
was still hearing stuff people
yeah.
were sending me, and I'm like, you know what? I did my part. I'm tired of being looked like a villain, you know, and you know, they got my money. I'm happy to have my name on the film, you know, but at the same token, I won't repeat that,
No,
you
I
know,
wouldn't either.
you know.
That's smart.
I was actually hoping after my dad had passed, I was hoping I would hear from some of the bigger people behind it. And no,
That had to
no.
be, you know, I'm sure it was very hurtful when they didn't reach out.
I have one actress from the film reach out to me who didn't hear from a lot, but she was not one of the guilty parties.
Mhm. Good for her.
It was the guilty parties I was hoping I would hear from.
That
You
should
know,
have reached,
yeah,
you know,
because
them-
we could have ended this,
yes,
but I think people love to wallow in shit.
they
Now I
do.
know, and I know if they hear this, they'll say, "Well, you're still talking about it." Well, yeah, well, so are you. Like, I don't appreciate being accused of this or this and this when I can prove I didn't,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It is frustrating to be falsely accused when you know you have proof, but you can't present your proof to anybody, and they
Yeah.
talk shit. It's very frustrating.
Well, it's the they did a new group. This is so stupid. Here's something really stupid. They did a new group where they had because of this, because of me,
Oh, geez.
they had a new group, and you had to sign an NDA to be part of it. So I'm like,
What? A non-disclosure agreement?
how fucking stupid is that? And I'm sitting there thinking, so you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement so you can talk more smack about me.
That's pretty messed up, Greg. I'm sorry. That's pretty fucked up.
Oh, I had a big laugh about it on a live stream for another movie, and they didn't
Wow.
like that because I was making fun of it. I even threatened to make T-shirts calling myself the NDA guy. I haven't done that, but they didn't like that. I was even hinting I'm doing T-shirts calling myself so and so stalker. But I didn't do that one because this particular person's had a stalker before, and I don't want to put
Oh,
salt in the wound.
yeah.
But it wasn't fucking me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's got to be because she had a stalker and she knows the difference. That makes it even worse
Yeah.
to accuse
Yeah.
somebody she knows didn't do it.
Well, she didn't necessarily accuse me, you know. I like I said, I think the director's embellishing a lot. You know, so
That's a shame. That's a shame, Greg. Shouldn't be
yeah,
that way.
that's okay. I can prove my case. They want to take it further, I can prove my case.
I think everybody knows.
Mm.
At this point, I think everybody knows because you're still around. You know, they didn't hurt you at all. They thought they would destroy you. Nobody would want to come on your show, and they didn't stop you. So what, you know, their plan failed. Whatever their
Well,
plan.
if people involved with that film aren't going to come on, then you know what? So be it. I see them at a con. I don't have to give $40 or $50 for their picture or an extra sum of money for a picture with them. I don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's money they lose.
Exactly.
And they might think, oh, it's just one person. I can spread that, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have to support people I don't like, you know? So
Exactly. You
yep.
don't want to support people that spread lies.
Nope.
I don't think anybody does.
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Any thing else you want to promote and plug on here? You got any charities that you want to promote and plug on here?
I like charities for abused women, and that is my heart. So I go and I collect clothes for them, and household items. And our church had a thrift store, and we would collect things for them, because it's so hard for an abused woman to get out of a situation because there's no
Yep.
support. And the abuser keeps her money, and the abuser keeps his thumb under her. And most of these women are murdered when they try to leave. So there's danger to it. So, we need to support. And then there's all this human trafficking happening. It's like all this violence against women. And I want to raise awareness against that. It's not okay to hit a woman. I don't care what, there's never okay to hit a woman or a child, to abuse a child. And so that's my heart, is to help women or single mothers. In our church, we would have these men once a month. They would go, because I was a single mother and I struggled, and the church would send a man over once a month to say, because things would break in our house. As a woman, I worked full time. I didn't know how to fix those things. So the men would come over and they would fix it for us, our car. Some of the women would say, you need to go out. I'm going to watch your kids for you. Just like I said, these are simple things, Greg, but they mean so much to people like me and other women that are struggling. And that's why now I have to pay it forward, because in my time of need, people were there. And now I'm at a place in my life. God has blessed me so much. I have come out of that and I'm thriving. I live in Mexico now, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So now I try to help the women here. And, I want to get involved with the church where we give, because they're very poor here. And here, if somebody gets hurt, there's no services, and there's no services for the women. And the women here, actually, it's kind of okay for them to get hit because it's the society. So I just want to raise awareness to that women are important too. We are not second-class citizens. We have value, we have rights, and we need to be treated with dignity and respect. So those are the things that I'm passionate about, and also helping women to embrace, like you said, so many women have no self-esteem because they've been put down in life. So, we go and tell them, you're beautiful. You're not just enough. You are more than enough. You are more than a conqueror. You are able to do anything you want. You have it within you, girl. And we encourage them. And it's amazing, Greg, what somebody believing in you can do for a person. Just one person believing in you, that you're okay, gives you that fire and that passion to go out. And that's what happened with me. I was told, Debbie, you can get out of this. You can get out of this hole you're in. And I did, because somebody believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So I'm here to tell other women, you can do it. You are more than enough. And we are here to help you, whatever way we can. And I encourage them to come into our group, because we're going to start doing more things like that, bringing awareness to suicide and to these different, problems in society with women, with children, and to try to do what we can. We're only little people, but little people can make a difference too. Little people can make a difference. And that's what I want to tell your listeners. Just be nice. Do one act of kindness a day. Just
you
one.
Want me to tell you one thing? I thought of this earlier and then it slipped my mind. This blew me away. I was going through the Tim Hortons drive-through here. And, I ordered my steep tea and whatnot, and whatever wrap or sandwich I had. I get to the window and I get told the person in the car ahead of me paid for my meal.
Yep.
I've done that a couple of times myself, because it's like, it was just kind of cool that this random stranger did that.
And how did that make you feel?
I felt blessed. I felt like the lady that touched Jesus's cloak.
See? And it was a simple thing. If we all did that, even letting somebody in when they're trying to get into traffic. These things don't take money. There's other things they can do that you can literally change a person's life with a simple random act of kindness.
Yep.
Message. Let's change the world one random act of kindness at a time. We can start this movement, Greg, and we can see a change in this world that's way too filled with hate and judgment and jealousy. Let's turn it around. We can do something. So that's my message is, let's be kind every day. Let it start. I would say, let it start with me. God, here I am. Let it start with me. Use my hands, use my mouth, use me to help whoever comes into my path, because that's what we're here for, Greg. God put us here to help each other. It says, first, love the Lord your God with all your heart. The second is love your neighbor as yourself. And if we all did those things, we wouldn't have any problems in this world, but we don't.
Exactly.
We don't. We envy our neighbor and we have jealousy. So then we talk about them and you know what I mean? Let's stop all that. Let's stop it. Let's start acting the way we're supposed to act, and it doesn't matter what's happened to you. I've had stuff happen to me you would not believe. And I should be a very angry, bitter person, but I made a choice. I said, I'm going to choose to act, I'm going to treat others the way that I want to be treated. I'm going to do unto others. And by doing that, I changed inside, Greg. And the hurt that I had, it started to get healed because I was focusing on others and not myself. And by helping others, I ended up helping myself. And it's funny, I feel like I got more out of what I did for these women than what I did for them. I got more out of it. So, let's all just go out there and bless one person today, whether it's a smile, opening the door, buying them a Starbucks, or, watching their kids, mowing their lawn, taking your elderly neighbor's garbage out. There's so many things we can do to touch the people around us, the service workers, the neighbors, whoever it is.
Hear that, Skittles? Clean the apartment up while I'm gone. It's not going to work.
It's going to work with him. I think you're barking up the wrong tree there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You got any social media that you want to plug on here, like a website or anything like that you want to plug on here?
Yes, I have a Facebook group, and it's called Deb and Annie's Positivity Palace. And you can put it online, and maybe we can post the link. I don't know. Do you have a site that I can post the link on?
Just put it right on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Go right ahead. You have my permission.
Thank you. And I tell anybody out there that needs some encouragement, that needs a group where you're going to be accepted and loved and supported, come to our group. All are welcome. We do not discriminate against anybody. This is all about coming in and being loved and encouraged and helped in your time of need, because we all need help. There's a time in our life we all need a hand up. So let's help each other and let's be that helping hand.
You should start your own podcast on this.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm open to anything that's going to get my message out.
Because there's a lot of, you could talk to Scott the Icon about it, but even you and Annie, if you were able to do a podcast on it. That
would be great. Oh, because we're trying to get the message out there. And that's why I'm so grateful, Greg, for you having me on your show. Thank you. This was like a divine intervention for me that, at this time that it happened. And I'm so grateful and I feel blessed that, Scott introduced me to you. I mean, I can't think from the bottom of my heart, thank you for this opportunity to get my message out there. It means a lot to me. So thank you.
No problem. Yeah. My pleasure.
Yes.
Yep. We'll have to at some point in the future, when our schedules align, I'll get you on here, do a Doubt for Our Face challenge.
Yes, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do that.
Yep, that'll be fun. That'll be a shorter session on here, but it'll be a session where I'll put that up on my YouTube, and and you can put it out there
in my group. Yes, let me know, and I'll have it all ready. And anytime you just let me know, because I'm retired, I don't work, so I can do it. My schedule is pretty flexible.
My cat's not retired, but he doesn't work. Skittles
for
don't do nothing. Yeah. Skittles is going for his PhD in laziness.
He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's there for you.
Yeah.
He's
Waking me up. I love him. I love him. He's my kitty. Yeah.
He's a cutie.
Anything else you want to plug before we close off?
Nope, just mostly that, my mission of, spreading kindness and my group. And that's, if we do that, I'm so happy.
Absolutely. Well, before I let you go, I would love a plug for my show.
Yes. And it's Python's
Paradise.
Okay, everybody, you need to subscribe to Python's Paradise. Greg is an amazing, amazing interviewer. He's an amazing human being. He's not a stalker at all. And he gives people like me and the other little people a chance to come on here and share our hearts. People like this, you need to support him, both with your finances and with your viewing. Support him, get his programs out there because his message needs to get out there. I, for one, will be promoting him in my groups. I will be putting his links in. I have 4 groups. I'll be putting him in all my groups because this is an amazing human being. He's an amazing man, and I feel blessed to have met him. So go follow him.
Absolutely. Well, we've been talking to Deb Gardner, the queen of Facebook jail.
Queen of Facebook jail.
So Troy Elke, you take that. And you know what? I'm going to put you on my roster for next year too, to see what your progress is like and have you back. Yep.
Yes.
But we'll schedule for you for your Doubt for Our Face challenge on here sometime. Hopefully early next month,
Yeah, let's.
Absolutely. 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 Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, you have yourself a blessed day.
You too.
And absolutely.
You're an amazing man, Greg. And it's my privilege to meet you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure and honor to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Take care and God bless. Skittles sends his love too.
And I take it. Tell Skittles thank you.
Absolutely.
Greg.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.